The heroic tale of the Neill log house. Hundreds of years of history are confined within these four walls. Oak logs, chimney, fireplace, wooden pegs, and half logs may have structurally kept the house together, but love and family made this place last through the fights and battles over the years. Bought for only £34 and 8 shillings, this one-room house and loft quickly became a home to many for generations to come. The echoes of Robert Neill, a farmer, and his wife Elizabeth's 6 children will forever be etched into the floorboards and walls of this home. A few years later, Robert Neill purchased land in what is now Shenley Park and developed a wagon trade route for farmers to have a resting point while on their travels. Unfortunately, multiple attacks and bloody sieges have occurred along this trail, once owned by the Native Americans. During a treacherous summer, a dozen or so Native Americans killed Robert Neill's and his companions' horses and fired guns at them until they retreated off the trail. By the time Neill and his companions were able to retreat into their land, they had already suffered great losses, but they eventually made it back to Neill's home, which they used for protection. Nothing but the clay the house was built on held the house together and protected it from the attacks. For an hour, they could hear nothing but the moans of wounded soldiers and could smell nothing but the blood soaking their uniforms. When it seemed as if all was lost and the house would be taken over, Robert Neill's sons equipped themselves with guns and fired through the small windows, hoping to buy themselves some time. Their mother Elizabeth stood with them, helping them reload their guns and keeping watch for any unexpected attacks. With a lot of patience, the family was able to successfully force the attackers to retreat off the property lines. Historically, the Neill log house is important because it is one of the 3 18th century residential structures that still stand in Squirrel Hill, but it is also a show for the triumph and togetherness that the families can bring out of each other into the toughest of times. Squirrel Hill in itself is seen as a neighborhood of family and togetherness, and this family shows the true spirit of Squirrel Hill as a whole. To keep their spirit alive, the Squirrel Hill Historical Society is undergoing a restoration project to keep the story and the house alive to let the world know the story.